Oh, we are live. We have a full house. Doesn't happen very often, but it is like that today.
On weekends it does.
Weekend.
So do you mean full house मेरे आने से होता है?
Because you're the only one who's absent.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pretty much here every day. You're the only one
Actually,
who...
she's coming tomorrow to office. She's not because.
Why are you announcing on air? Should I announce something then?
No, but coming to office tomorrow, what's wrong with that?
I
If
didn't
you
say
are,
that.
that is. Ajay, you're not coming.
No, he wants me to come. That's
So
why
then,
he's saying
that's so sweet. He wants you to come to office.
because he wants
Because
chutti.
No. She said I'm not doing anything on this weekend. So obviously we know. But we don't. I said
No.
I'm not doing
That-
anything on the weekend. Why don't you come to office? It's a double header.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come.
It's a good call. Also, you shouldn't say like she's not. You made it sound as if she's not doing anything on weekend is a normal thing. That's not.
Yes.
It is actually a rare weekend where she's not doing anything.
That's why he was inviting her.
Otherwise,
So Saturday Nikhil is not there. Sunday I am not there.
so you can pick which day, which day you want to come
I
here.
can come on both the days.
You know. See.
Yeah. You can. But Aditi, how's IPL going? What have you been noticing? Anything you want to tell
See, I
us?
clearly told him before we began the show, don't ask me any questions, and he's purposely doing it.
No, I'm
I've
generally-
not been
see,
watching any
it's
matches.
not a specific pointed question. It's such a generic loose ball right outside the off stump for you to smash
So
it.
I
for a
was
four.
curious to know what is happening, which is why I came to the studio today.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So let us get Gargi to tell us what's generally happening in the IPL.
Well, after the trip that we had yesterday, I'm very happy that I got to saw Virat Kohli score a 50. No comments on this, on strike rate or whatever. I'm not hearing anything today.
Why? Are you a Virat Kohli fan?
Yes, of course.
He can't see
Oh
the truth.
no!
No.
I know. I sympathize. I
No,
sympathize.
just generally saying.
You sympathize with a lot of things, huh?
But why can't people be Virat Kohli fans?
I
Like,
I
sympathize a
thought
lot of
smart
things.
girls weren't anybody's fan.
no fans.
No, I mean not as a fan, but he is the reason why I started playing cricket. So that's why he's the only.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
So
how it
not because
started.
he's handsome or something. A lot of people have that, no? Because he's cute and he looks good. That's
not cute at
so that's
all.
what I'm saying,
That's
no?
what, yeah, that's what she says. It's not that. Like she's a cricketer, so he inspired her to take the game.
Oh,
So
That's
it's
why.
Virat Kohli, the
Okay.
batsman.
So neither do I like him nor do I hate him. It's just like we've had
who
this
do you like?
conversation so many times, and
There must be some cricketer.
Yeah, I know who she likes.
No. Don't say Hardik Pandya. बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I don't like him, yeah. I don't like him like him.
Just said I don't like.
Because she said she likes.
No,
Hardik
listen,
Pandya.
I don't like him. Generally, as a cricketer,
so
somebody.
cricketer only I'm asking. As a cricketer only we
because
ask.
She said
like,
no that because
She's still in
people-
sport and spice mode.
Yeah, because I just finished recording it.
That's right.
when I say who you like, we're only talking about as a cricketer. So you like somebody's bowling, you like somebody's captaincy, you like somebody's batting.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
liking, yeah. So I've seen how he has, performed over the last year and
Hardik.
Yeah, so
That's what I was going to say.
I
Hardik.
admire the way
Our favorite
he's
team
So
is.
she admires.
Our favorite cricketer is.
Hardik.
Yeah,
Favorite कुछ
favorite
नहीं है.
yes, we
But
can't
favorite,
say
all
why.
of us have a favorite cricketer.
Favorite
Let me reverse the thing. If you ask me my favorite women's cricketer, I'm not going to pick the one that I like how she looks or is she cute. I'm going to pick the one that I really think is the best, cricketer at the time because of her abilities as a player.
Correct.
So I'm only talking in that terms, like as a player. So you like Hardik.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong in saying that. You like Hardik, you like his captaincy, you like how he manages, how he's taken them to a title.
Those things, yes.
Yeah, just like that. What do you like about Virat Kohli?
I used to love, first of all, the way he went into his fitness journey. First of
Yeah.
all, I loved that.
One thing I like about him, he's a vegan.
Yes.
He's not a vegan.
by-
He's a
I've heard
vegetarian.
a lot of
Vegetarian.
things about this.
One of
I
the
am not
reasons
sure
why
if he's a
you-
vegan.
No, he's not a vegan. He's a
I
vegetarian.
appreciate a vegetarian also.
I'm also a vegetarian.
You are also.
I'm also a vegetarian.
But that's not the reason why she likes. Go ahead. Why do you like Virat Kohli? Quickly.
Yeah, I'm also vegetarian. Anyways.
Okay, yeah. When I
Thursday, Tuesday.
Anyway, let us finish.
It's very stupid to be a
let them
vegetarian
finish,
on
then I'll
one day of the week.
Go ahead.
okay. So when I really started looking at him as a cricketer seriously, that's when he, I think, emerged as this new Virat Kohli. You know, a new version of him was born with his new fitness journey. He talked a lot about the things that he did, and that really inspired me to, a 14-year-old to wake up at 5 a.m. and go out on runs and join a club and then join
Start
a
playing
gym.
cricket.
Yeah, so I did all of that. Plus, I always admired his batting and his cover drives. That's something that I picked up too. Then the trigger movement I picked up from him. So there was a lot of things that I looked at him.
See, so many things.
What trigger movement is.
Trigger movement is when you move just before the ball is first movement.
First
actually.
movement.
Yes.
When they're batting.
And it's a very new age thing. Like old batsmen never really had a trigger
Yes.
movement. They would react on the basis of the ball. Here, a batsman already do one thing before the ball is bowled. That is a done thing, irrespective of the ball.
I saw the whole transformation in the coaching, the way people used to coach before. I saw the whole thing going from not moving at all, staying still, and then suddenly it was be proactive, make sure you have momentum before you hit the ball. So it was a very big change on the grassroots levels. It was a great change at the moment at
It
that
has changed.
time.
In fact, yesterday also we were watching the match. We were just saying when I was looking at Faf, and when you see in the ground, you can sometimes see the tapping the bat is completely gone. You're ready like a baseball guy. He's actually ready like a baseball guy. And secondly, he barely will go on the front foot or back foot because the stance is so wide. He's just playing through the line, whether it's offside leg, even if it's leg, he's just the same way. Like a short ball, also same way he's waiting, he'll hit it like this. Same way standing, full ball also play like that, which is so different to
Steve Smith.
And
yeah.
He's like that.
Yeah.
Steve Smith.
The logic behind that being that if the higher your bat is, the faster your bat swing will be.
swing.
Correct, but see, there are a lot of people who defied that. In the sense, also a lot of people say because the bowlers have become quicker, it's good to
Yes.
reduce that tapping and then going up and coming back. So you might get beaten with a 150 ball. But I'm just taking you back to my favorite, Brian Lara, who would tap and go such a high backlift and be in time to play a 150. So incredible he was.
It's Brian Lara.
Yeah.
The first guy who I saw really with that high backlift, Graham Gooch.
Yeah.
Gooch was really high backlift, never tapped it, but what power.
I think amongst the Indians, Vinod Kambli
Yeah.
should be the first.
Very high back.
Correct.
No, but didn't he also tap the bat very hard?
When the bowler is in his
Loading.
I think almost about to release the ball. I think he used to keep his bat high. He wouldn't tap back.
Calmly, na?
Yeah.
Calmly.
Yeah.
Ricky Ponting.
No,
But Lara would. He would just before the release tap and then go up.
Lara, I think his
and he'd go low.
and he used to shuffle a lot.
Yeah.
Still, he was so precise with his.
Even
shot
Ricky
selection.
Ponting, high backlift.
Yeah, Ponting also, correct. Very high back. Welcome Harshit to the show also.
I was just going to say that.
We couldn't get a chair for him.
Harshit, you must come and sit here.
You
and
got
stand.
it.
How can he
It's
allow-
like I've taken
How can he allow a lady standing and him?
Cool. Please don't say that.
No, why?
But why will you go?
That's chivalry.
No,
It's good manners. Even if you don't want to call it chivalry, it's good manners.
I treat myself as an equal.
You are an equal.
You
So don't say
But that doesn't mean that he'll be ill-mannered about it.
Exactly.
अच्छा चलो आ जाओ यार.
He's also sitting only, he's not standing. Acha, anyone can give us an update. Shane, please do the honors. What is happening?
Right, so Chennai have won the toss, and no surprise, they have opted, in fact, to bowl. And playing 11s are out. We'll discuss that shortly. I think this match is in Chepauk, right?
It
Yeah,
is.
so
You think the match is in Japan.
happens. Too many matches. So anyway, I think,
29th, isn't it?
huh?
This is the 29th IPL match.
Yeah, there's
See?
a lot to go.
And she says she doesn't know much about the IPL.
And she said not to ask anything. Either way, yeah, 29th match, and see, Chennai normally always makes sense to chase. So no surprises there that they've in fact chosen to bowl. Always with T20s, you see that happening anyway. But
Plus, it rained in Chennai earlier.
oh, even more of a reason then.
How was the rain here in Delhi yesterday? We didn't experience it. But how was
Even we couldn't experience it much because we were in the
The
studio.
double headers.
Oh, but at least you experienced it by the way that the match started.
It did. So I remember we had gone for a brief walk outside, and towards the end of it, there was like nice lightning and all. We're like, okay, today's match is 100% delayed at the very least.
So it did get
Why
delayed by
didn't I
1
see you
hour.
in the studio then? I had come here around 8ish.
Have you subscribed to Sports Today?
And later I saw your video. Of course I have subscribed to Sports Today.
What time
But I
did you
don't
come?
watch it all the time. Nah,
What
I
time
was
did you
working.
come?
Huh?
What time did you come?
8 o'clock, guys, right? When you were discussing as to whether the match would happen.
Acha,
or not.
हाँ. So basically, it must, because the 8:15, I think they had.
Yeah,
toss
you
at
had
8:30.
walked out by that point because I think we had just finished the
Yeah.
first match live because it was
Yes.
delayed yesterday.
So we didn't know at that time how much is that train delay is.
When I asked you on Instagram, you said it's just the two of you.
No, two of us in the sense from like Harshit, and because Harshit and Gargi were at yeah.
Okay.
And Rahul, I think, had gone out or something.
Yeah, at that point, because our live had just finished, the first match one, and we knew for a fact the toss was delayed, we said we'll go live next once we have an update. Which actually, if you had to come 5 minutes later, you wouldn't have seen us here either, because even we were heading up.
Okay. Can we get the playing 11s, Anurag, if they're ready? No, just show it here also. We'll just work on it. At least we'll get
Harshit,
talking.
you look so
can show
bright
it.
and sunny. Why?
Summers, no?
Which is good.
It's good.
हाँ, of course.
Come back rejuvenated.
अच्छा लग रहा है तभी पूछा.
Thank you so much.
No, but why is always when you're like dull and why you're dull and all? Like,
It's a
Are
negative
you, are
connotation.
you
Yeah.
Why?
supporting
Why?
any? No, are you because you're supporting CSK? Is that why?
No.
A shade of yellow in your t-shirt.
On the day, yes, of course, CSK, I'd want them to win, but I'm not wearing, let's say, these stripes to support CSK. Nothing like
Okay,
that.
the idea was to wear stripes then.
The idea was to wear something nice and bright.
I thought the idea was to wear the first t-shirt you see on the
you're
top, because that's what I normally do.
perpetually in
I
yellow.
actually
Why?
was in a fix
Yellow
this
and green.
afternoon. While I was making a choice, I had the choice between this one and something which looked, it was more on the pink side. I was like, yeah, this looks more summery to me. So let me
Pink is very summery. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this
Says the person wearing pink.
Yeah, exactly.
Pink is a.
Summer, spring
no, but
colors.
I'll tell you why. This
now
felt more
pastels-
summery to me,
pastels are
and
summery
In
shades.
summers, it is always good to wear bright colors. Although mine is blue.
Can't say.
I'm also wearing a shade of blue. Isn't it?
no,
Or am I colorblind?
that's
Blind.
greenish.
That's
Greenish.
jade, I believe.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I don't know the
sea
exact
green.
color, but it's closer to green than blue.
Sid would know. Sid,
I don't
what
know.
color
no
is
idea.
this?
No, all I'm saying is it's closer to green than it is to blue.
It's more on the tealish side, I think, would be
If
the
you're
right
not
word.
worn blue,
No, it's
then
a
it would
sea
have
green
looked
teal,
blue.
trust
But
me,
because
don't-
you're actually wearing proper blue,
Can
proper
you
blue.
see your phone cover, which is green? See that is closer to green than it is to blue.
This
No,
is
it's not
olive
blue.
green, no?
No, it's not olive
No, it's
green.
not
bro.
olive.
Maybe
It's closer to olive green, but it's not olive.
It's sea green actually.
Don't ask Rahul because he is dodgy with
Aquamarine.
colors.
But she herself admitted that she might be.
I asked, am I colorblind? मैंने पूछा था.
Acha, if you are,
But for
she's
that,
doubtful.
so we'll have-
Okay.
You are colorblind, I know.
No, who told you?
We discussed it
I
on
mean,
one of the
these people
shows.
say so many things about me. Don't have to
You
believe.
admitted
Has to come from the
once.
horse's mouth.
All right.
Okay, the man in yellow, do the honors with the playing 11 for CSK.
Okay, so Rituraj, no changes from the previous game that they played. It is Rituraj Gaikwad, Devon Conway, Ajinkya Rahane, Shivam Dube, Ambati Rayudu, Moin Ali. Ravindra Jadeja, MS Dhoni, Tikshana, Deshpande and Patirana. Then I think since they are bowling first, I think Raidu will be your impact.
I don't want to see 11 Anurag. I want
Yeah.
yeah, the sub. This is not this. Come out of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be on that earlier page that you were.
Yes.
Give us subs.
Yeah, because somewhere I saw.
Yeah, we've got subs that are Ambati Raidu,
Yeah.
Sheikh Rashid, S. Senapati,
Yeah.
Dwayne Pretorius, and Hungarekar. And because they are bowling,
It'll
this
be
is
Ambati
their
Raidu.
bowling 11. So it has to be a batsman that comes out, and it's in
Raidu.
good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a safe bet to say Ambati Raidu will come in, and maybe someone like
Patirana will go out.
Patirana
Or an Akash Singh will go out.
My question to everyone can chip in. I've not been very impressed by Tikshana. I would have been tempted to go to Santner. Exactly. Ask me, I would pick Santner ahead of Tikshana at the moment, but they haven't done it. Anyone?
Santner is ill. That's why he
Ah.
can't do it. So,
But you reckon if he was fit, they would have gone with him?
yes, they would
They
have.
haven't been up until now.
See, when Tikshana came back in, Santner was anyway going to go out. But if you have to get Santner in, you have to drop Conway. But Conway has done well in the last 2 games also.
But why not Tikshana goes out? And
Santner cannot be Conway's replacement, no?
See, he can't be Tikshana's replacement also.
Why not?
Because he will bowl overs in the power play and in the death also.
Who?
Okay.
Tikshana.
Tikshana.
So Santner will also bowl in power play. He
Yeah.
does bowl.
Yeah.
He
Not
bowls
so much
for
in the
New-
death.
He bowls for New
Not
Zealand
death.
death.
Not
you can
death.
say. See, now the
Your only experienced bowler in that are the 2 Sri Lankans, Tikshana and Patirana in the
I
death.
can understand,
Patirana is an experienced bowler.
Of course, he's done well in the Lanka Premier League also.
No, but he's not experienced. But I agree that he, at the moment, the way he bowled last game also, you will trust him. I agree. But he's not experienced. He's a young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like under 19 till 2 years back.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
experienced indeed.
So he's not experienced. Santner any day far more experienced than him. But I agree that Patirana I would trust more with in the death than I trust Santner. But Rahul makes a valid point that Santner can also bowl in the power play. I'm not looking at anybody. Only Tikshana. I think the only one he can replace is Tikshana, and I would.
And the only reason to prefer Tikshana over Santner is that, as you said, power play. I think he's a wicket-taking bowler. With Santner, so many times you think that he's not a wicket-taking bowler, but he does that job of containment very well. But if you see now, he's a better batter than Tikshana. He's a better fielder than Tikshana.
Yes.
Yeah.
And currently, the way Tikshana has been bowling, I think Santner would pick more wickets and also will go for far less runs than Tikshana. So I think if he would have been available, 99.99% Santner would have been this in this 11. The rest,
Yeah.
MS Dhoni,
Probably taken more catches also.
yeah, and you would place him in those particular positions where the ball would come more often. By the way,
Yeah.
is that safe?
Your worst problem, see, CSK have got 2 problems. It even was visible in the game against RCB. Number 1, they're catching. That was the major problem.
And Tikshana is guilty of that.
And also a lot
Number
of
one.
even Shivam
Number
Dube
one.
also dropped the catches, didn't he?
Sorry?
Shivam Dube.
No.
Tushar Deshpande.
Somebody else did.
Somebody else
It wasn't
also
Dube.
did. Yeah.
Dube may have dropped earlier games.
Yeah.
One of the earlier
Dube did drop a catch, I
but
believe.
in the earlier games.
In
not
the earlier
last.
games.
I think earlier
In
games.
one of the earlier games, definitely.
Imagine Ruturaj dropping
Yes.
catches.
Ruturaj.
Ruturaj.
The same problem that hurt them in 2022 is starting to crop up yet again in 2023. One hopes that they get the catching right. And on top of that, I hope MS Dhoni just doesn't say anything off the cuff after the match. Because you know why? It was against Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Doesn't
That was
say.
the spoon feeding incident happened.
But that different.
Against the same
Just
team.
because they're same team.
Against the same team. Against the same team.
Okay.
That's why. And they're playing immediately after that.
That's
the
a factoid. But that's doesn't necessarily mean that it'll happen.
He's
And
anyway.
just because it's SRH games, we know I'll go off. I'll go off on these guys.
I mean, see, he is anyway treading on thin ice.
Who?
Dhoni, overrate, big issue. Already he's been fined once.
How does it matter? 12 lakhs every game, he can easily afford.
He could be banned for 1 game, na?
No.
Slow overrate.
Is it?
3 offenses. If you get the 3rd offense, you're banned 1 game.
But he's not had any offences in that regard.
One
No,
offence.
One is there.
So 2 more he still has.
It's not thin. The ice's crust is still thick
Yeah.
right now.
Every captain
Thin will happen.
I think every captain has already been almost
every captain.
Rohit, I know. Samson, I know.
KL.
KL Rahul, I know. So everybody.
Except Shikhar Dhawan, Punjab Kings.
Shikhar Dhawan is hardly playing.
So,
Sam Curran picked up the fine, in fact. Yeah.
Ajha.
Sidwi at this point is just fishing out reasons to say something to MS Dhoni, I believe.
I'm
Oh.
not finding any reason. It's factual. It's just factual.
I think no, because even the other day Virender Sehwag also, in one of the shows he said it out loud that Dhoni needs to be a little careful because again and again it's happening. The overrate is an issue with CSK. It wasn't yesterday though. That is one of the things we were discussing in the stands because at all times the innings was ahead of the
Yesterday,
yes.
they're
Yeah.
pretty good. And now they're playing in Chennai. The good thing is because Chennai you rely more on spinners, so hopefully the overrate should not be a problem here in Chennai. But still, with all those strategic timeouts, injury breaks, and plus those discussions that you have to have mandatory. So, but in Chennai, I don't think that will happen. The overrate issue.
Yep.
Yes.
Anyway,
Is there a debutant there?
no.
No.
Umran Malik is in, Natarajan's out.
That's the one change.
That's the one.
No, anybody else for Santner instead of Tikshana?
Yes.
Okay, great. So majority of us at Sports Today have gone with Santner. But as Siddharth points out, maybe because he's not well, they've not gone. But I have my doubts. Even if he was well, I doubt that they would have made that change.
Exactly, because I think that's been the history of Mitchell Santner in CSK.
Yeah.
He'll play 3 games, play really well, then get dropped. That's it.
Yeah.
Like
he got chances there also because these guys weren't available. So he got lucky and got those chances. Otherwise, he wouldn't have. Okay, next 11. Can we see? Playing 11. Gargi can give us the CSK playing 11. Sorry, SRH.
SRH, yes. So Sunrisers Hyderabad, I believe, are going with the same squad.
one change.
One change, which is
Umran's coming for Natarajan. Otherwise, it's the
okay. Yes.
Go through the entire 11.
Okay, so Harry Brook, Mayank Agrawal, Tripathi, Aiden Markram, Heinrich Klassen, Abhishek Sharma, Washington Sundar, Marco Janssen, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mayank Markande, and Umran Malik.
The
comes
only
in
one
for
change that they've
Natarajan.
got.
Yes.
They're batting. Okay, so they will have either. So they'll be bowling second.
Yeah, so Natarajan may still come in, by the way.
Yeah.
Or
So-
if it's a spinning deck, why not Mayank Dagar?
Yeah. Even Vivran, that
Vivran bowls like spin.
All-rounder, no?
Yeah, he's an all-rounder. Although I have my doubts if they would go with a rookie.
So who do they? If a Natarajan comes in, that will strengthen their bowling when they're going to be bowling second. You could take.
Abhishek
You could take
Sharma.
Harry Brook
Abhishek
out
Sharma.
also.
But
No, Abhishek Sharma gives you some overs.
Abhishek will bowl. Yeah, exactly.
Or Mayank Agarwal.
Agarwal
Yeah.
would go out. Well, because the party would want to have, he's a good fielder. Mayank doesn't give you good fielding.
Mayank is also.
No, but then the
good
problem with Mayank
between-
right now, he's not giving you batting also. So
Yeah.
But
The last.
last match he did.
No, but that was
Although-
painful.
Yeah, actually.
at a poor strike rate.
no, we're not supposed to talk about strike rate.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can, but I think the only benefit I'll give him, there were wickets falling at the other end. So that's the only benefit or doubt you'll get.
Plus, they spent
Because-
big money on him, really.
No, but also, I mean, SRH, the issue was they were never behind a run rate when they were playing that last game. I think the issue was that they kept losing wickets at regular interval, and that's why they couldn't chase it. Quite similar to what happened with Punjab yesterday in the game versus RCB. They were not really that far behind the run rate. It's just that they kept losing wickets. So same thing happened. So just as that's why I said yesterday, Punjab could have done with an anchor like Shikhar. Similarly, I think SRH can do with a Mayank Agarwal in that avatar, considering everyone else, and they've got like Brook, Tripathi, Markram, Klassen, who can play that aggressive role.
Yes.
So
Punjab made the ultimate blunder by going on one player on reputation. That was Liam Livingstone. You had an in-form Sikandar Raza. You needed that kind of a knock from Raza.
Come on, yeah. Everyone kept saying Livingston is fit, he has to play. How would you not play him?
But you're going to play him after 4 months. Why don't you back your player who won you the man of the match, who kept you at least...
But he also had some average games this season, Sikandar Raza.
Yeah,
I
but-
can remember he got hammered in his bowling also.
in every sport you do play to reputation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Also, just to add to that, you have another case, let's say, of a Quinton de Kock who comes in with the reputation but has been banned because somebody else who's in the 11 is playing that well that
No. But the comparison is wrong. Myers was like setting the IPL alive. So
No,
it was very different.
but then
I don't think
over-
Sikandar Raza did that.
Exactly. So that is why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
For somebody who's not performing can always be sent out.
But
So
even-
somebody who is, regardless of the reputation, then it doesn't happen.
But even Livingston struggled in the last 1 year, if you look at it. After that IPL exploits of 2022, where he had some decentish knocks, he had good sixes.
Didn't he have a good PSL? Where was he? Livingston.
PSL should be considered the yardstick.
No, but
You are
now
considering
everything.
So I will consider the PSL also the same yardstick, na? If you can say the same thing for Patira, na, I can say the same thing for
I think
Livingston's thing
PSL
also.
has perhaps in PSL
Totally disagree.
The bowling attack.
Disagree.
has
No, but-
to be
but-
better.
okay.
Any
No, that's okay. No, I'm saying that is a point that you could.
Because see, in the Pakistan Super League, whatever talent is coming, what's happening to them on the international stage?
No.
Picking up players on the basis of their performances in the PSL. By the way, there are many players you picked in the IPL who are virtually they're playing players in fact international teams. They are playing those players who've done well in the PSL. PSL is not as bad. Is not as bad as Lanka Premier League. So you just leave it because there are cases you may not even have heard about the issues that have
Cropped up.
been there.
Exactly.
I don't-
Shadab Jagati story, no?
Yeah, the Jakati story, I've heard about it.
Lanka Premier League and so many other things.
My point is,
Financially, Lanka Premier League never took off.
so that's what I'm saying. Na. So
talking about the quality.
no, I'm saying even if that quality debate is on, the point is if you have given a reference of Lanka Premier League to establish one player that he should be, then similar PSL also should be. Whether one is better or the other is debatable.
No,
but if you can quote one league, I'm saying even that okay, you can debate, you can agree or disagree. Even that you can debate.
And also, to be fair, if we're going by that, then if we're talking about players of international level,
Let's take Aditi's opinion.
PSL or Lanka Premier League? Where would you want to go? Pakistan or Sri Lanka?
No, but that is a holiday place now you're asking. That's not the correct.
Okay, Santner or Theekshana?
Why are
New
you
Zealand or
asking
Sri
me?
Lanka?
Why are you asking me this?
Arey, we are picking players and teams and
No, but why would you
franchise.
specifically ask me now? Because I placed the mic on your corner.
You've not been speaking.
No, because I was thinking something. I was actually wondering, I wanted to ask, but then I thought,
Now you
why?
ask. You
So
have.
so when, because these matches happen at 7:30 in the evening, what do the players do during the day? Do they practice? Do they
No,
meet
match
up,
day they chill.
strategize and
They travel a lot. They act.
No, she's talking about match day. The match
match
starts
day,
at 7:30. The morning it's rest time for them.
Alright.
Ad shoots.
No, not on match
No, the
day.
match day,
Not
how
on
can they do that?
Match day in the morning, they wake up late because they have late nights anyway because traveling, they've traveled, whatever. Wake up late, have their breakfast, then they
There is an
chill.
optional gym session, and then there are team meeting, and then they head to the
Optional
Yeah.
gym session.
Some teams have meeting the night before also, some have other things. It depends. So basically it's easy in the daytime and then you reach the ground 2 hours in advance and then you start warming up there and you get ready. This is the match day. Non-match day, there are various other things.
they'll travel.
Yeah, I knew that she's talking about match day. Sorry, you were saying something.
Yeah, I'm saying about talking about just my 2 bits on this whole PSL versus LPL. LPL made Wanendu Hasranga look like a competent batter, whereas PSL, the winner of the last 2 PSLs is someone who's considered a superstar in Pakistan, a future superstar, let's say, in Shaheen. So I think you'd rate PSL slightly, if not considerably higher.
The kind of bowling that you get to see in PSL is any day far better than what you get to see in Lanka. Lanka, I'm not even considering Lanka Premier League at par with a lot of these franchising.
Dubai
That's- Yeah.
ILT20.
Because Lanka, I'll tell you, when it was about to start Lanka Premier, people actually approached us also. No, not to play. If you have people, and everybody was saying, "Can I play? Can I?" I said, "Who are you?" There are people who own a few grounds in Gurgaon. They were also interested. Can we play? So
That's the hand.
That is how.
Of course, PSL is. No, I agree. That PSL that way is better. Let's take a few questions before we wind up. There's just about 5-7 minutes we have. It's a very good question by GGK. Who's been the worst investment so far? Riyan Parag or Abdul Samad? I don't know how teams look at it or whatever, but I would say Samad. I think Parag still done better than Abdul Samad. Abdul Samad has done nothing.
No, he got Umran Malik to the team.
I mean, that's but that's not this season. He's got the.
No, I would
benefits
still
of
say
that.
Parag because he's been there longer and still underwhelmed.
Parag still sometimes bats at 150 strike rate, gives you few fours and this and that. Abdul Samad bats like 15 balls and gets 9 runs. And at the stage where you really need to be hammering it. At least Parag was trying that last game. I don't know. That's my opinion. Anybody else differ on that front?
I do.
What?
I think Riyan Parag has definitely been, that damn squib of sorts. And for the fact that longevity is one. Second is the fact that Samad, I don't think, got the kind of game time and the kind of backing that Parag still got. A much more sustained run, I would say, Parag got over the years. And Samad, yes, he gets thrown into deep every time because of the reputation that he comes in with or has had over all these years. Which is why I'd say that. And it's not good to see somebody who gets backed by the franchise flounder like that. But I don't pick Parag over here.
Anybody else?
Both have been bad.
That is a given.
Both. I can't make a differentiation between
He's equally bad. 50-50.
50-50. Yeah.
Okay. It's a contest between Chennai Super Kings spinners versus SRH batting. That's what everyone's talking about. And, Dex believes that Klaasen will destroy the spinners. He's actually very good against the spinners. So he's a standout. But I think the one who's really weak against spin is Brook. He's often said it himself that spin is my weakness. So it'll be interesting to see if they get a spinner in the power play. They have someone like a Thikshana that they can do against Harry Brook, and he'll be coming out to bat. But I think on the overall front, if you see, CSK spinners on most days would have been very good. But this season, I don't think they've been that great, the spinners as such, including Jadeja.
And
So
by the
they
way,
haven't been
Jadeja
great.
normally is always their containing bowler. But I'd say he's probably been their most successful bowler in terms of wickets also. That tells you how bad a time Thikshana
Everyone
is
else.
having.
One match against Rajasthan Royals.
Oh, he got Sanju
bowled
the
very
peach.
well. And a game before that,
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Three
He
wickets
was
over
man
that.
of the match.
Correct.
So in fact, if Ravindra Jadeja is your best bowler, that speaks volumes about how your bowling attack has been.
And Ravindra Jadeja not at his peak.
Yeah.
So imagine if he's like at his best and your best bowler, I'd still take it. He himself hasn't been great as a spinner, and then he's stand out. So I think that's been the weakness. But maybe that's the reason why Chennai hasn't been that rank a turner of a pitch this time. It is helping spinners, all right, but it's also been a good batting wicket. Very unlike the Chennai wickets we've seen in the past. Maybe because they think that we have the batting then to beat teams rather than look at just choking them with spin. It's not happening, at least the pitch so far. In fact, on the other end, I think the SRH spinners look better, but then I was looking at Mayank Markande, but he had a poor game last time. So I don't know.
What I have realized, at least this season, by the time the tournament gets over, things might change. The traditional spinners, the orthodox spinners, are looking better than your so-called mystery spinners, the likes of Thikshana, the likes of even Hasaranga to a great extent, and Sunil Narain.
I would call Hasaranga a mystery spinner.
Mystery spinner, as in he does bowl something.
He'll bowl a googly. That's it.
That's
All the time he's
So,
just bowling.
There's one mystery spinner doing well, is Suyash Sharma.
Suyash, you can say this
He is a kind of a mystery
spinner. For him also,
First
these
season.
are early days.
Yeah, exactly.
Second season is when you are judged because look at Umran Malik, look at so many other players, Avesh Khan for that
Give him
matter.
credit for what he's doing now.
Who?
It's Suyash.
Yeah.
He's also a Gurgaon gladiator.
Why would you always tell me who comes from
He also he used to play. He used to play there. I also come from Gurgaon.
Yeah.
Gurgaon
You and I both.
Exactly. Millennium City. These are Noida people. Delhi. You? Delhi. Gurgaon. Millennium City. They stay in Rajdhani. Delhi, capital. See, imagine
Celebrities here from Gurgaon.
the kind of
Important people.
the kind of pain that we take to travel all the way.
Yes,
true.
That is true.
We should be given credit for that.
Yeah.
Just like Suyash Sharma should be given credit for playing well right now.
Yeah, from Gurgaon to
From
Kolkata.
Gurgaon to IPL.
Yeah. If you see the traditional spinners, the leg spinners, the likes of Rashid Khan, there was a time, I think a couple of years ago, when teams were content to just play out his overs and not give him wickets basically.
Yeah.
But now again things have changed. I think he is back amongst the leading wicket takers. This marginal difference, maybe a couple of wickets here and there. So that's what I think. That's
Abhishek Sharma has come out to open the batting today in place of.
Mayank Agarwal.
Yes.
Last time he opened, he did very well against Chennai. 75.
Wasn't
that's why.
a few seasons, I believe Abhishek Sharma has done well. over
Till
there.
last year he was opening.
He was opening till last
If
season.
I'm not wrong,
He opened the first game
Is
also.
he one of the retained players?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and he opened first game
Yeah.
in this season.
Yeah.
First game he
I
opened.
think in domestic also he's doing really well
Yes.
opening.
Yeah.
After he did well with the SRH, he started opening for Punjab also.
Yes.
And because his batting has improved so much, he now doesn't bowl that
much, yeah.
So
We haven't
and-
seen him bowl this year. Huh?
and last year also I doubt if he
few.
bowled.
Very few
And he was a
bowlers.
very good fielder also. So now things have changed. For somebody like him, so young, he could have done better. Mayank Agarwal, I think they also realized. And by the way,
It's-
Mayank Agarwal got 44 odd runs last time.
So he's going to play the anchor.
Strike. Mayank Agarwal.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's why.
Acha, okay.
No, Mayank.
Mayank.
That's why they're
Whenever he
saying
comes
that
into match.
maybe the
Who's opening with him?
Abhishek with the
Brook.
Harry Brook. No, that's what I'm saying.
So Mayank as an anchor, so they said because if he's the guy who's going to be there long, so they said number 3 might be better so that you can make use of the power play.
Yeah.
So 2 batsmen go and
Chennai,
attack.
yeah.
I think that's why they've pushed him down and he plays the anchor because as I said, their batting collapses have been a thing. I was reading Brian Lara's comment. He said, the collapses is what they have to look at. Strike rate's not been an issue overall for the team. So I think to adjust that, they said, okay, Mayank, you come down and make use of the power play. Seeing how the openers go. Just taking one super chat. Karthik K from the USA say Huda is a Houdini, disappears in all important games. I'd actually add that he's disappeared in every game. Important, not important, however you look at it. He's
He's not disappeared. He's just not shown up to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just been like that this entire season. Before we wrap up, picks, who's everyone going for? Start with Shane. That's
I say SRH get about 170, but CSK win.
178 and CSK win. Wait, no, SRH win.
178 SRH win.
Yes.
165.
Man in yellow.
165 and CSK winning.
Oh, I'm going with 190 and SRH win.
I'll go with 171 and CSK win.
Both can share the mic.
You want to go first?
CSK 180.
Oh,
CSK 180. So
no. SRH will
she's-
get
yeah.
180 and CSK will
We'll
get.
chase that down. I'm also going with Chennai, but I think I'll bring that score down.
127?
157.
50.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So,
I'm the only SRH.
no, I have also.
Okay.
Two SRH.
So it's just that their batting order, especially their foreign.
Yeah.
recruits, I think-
No, I mean conventional wisdom. You'd have to say that CSK will be favourites for winning. But then that's what prediction.
I'm not even going with conventional wisdom, just Dhoni factor. I just want Dhoni to finish one match today just for,
Then I'll
Yeah.
post the reel also.
I hope so.
Right?
because
because
Siddharth is in the house.
want
huh?
to prove him wrong.
I won't prove him wrong. Dhoni will.
I hope so.
I am waiting. If Dhoni hits a few good shots and gets those sixes, I am just waiting for that reel
Which one?
to be posted. That we shot there, na? At the SS
Oh
factory.
yeah. Acha, I got it. Reel nahi, it was a reel. Acha, okay.
Hope so.
Bye. See you. Mid innings.
Nandri.
We don't.
I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe.